received unacceptable news. The detention camp is on fire. This girl's mother died in a traffic accident, knowing clearly that her mother's death was caused by someone else, but because the detention center caught fire, the perpetrator was burned in a sea of flames in a thrilling way. The police ended this case in a simple way, and at the same time, the righteous program that was supposed to speak up for vulnerable people was also stopped from broadcasting. Min Seok received a salary of up to 10 billion won from the Cheon Group to hide the truth. Today, an uninvited guest came to Ji-hyun's house, and because of her appearance, Ji-hyun aroused hope of exposing the truth about her younger sister's death. This girl is a close friend of Ji-hyun's younger sister. This girl came to give a bloody handbag to Ji-hyun. On the night that Ji-hyun passed away, Chae-ah took this bag and repeatedly hit Ji-hyun's head. From Ji-hyun's best friend's story, Ji-hyun learned that Min Seok had previously given Ji-hyun's best friend a sum of money to keep the truth a secret. Furthermore, Min Seok also threatened this girl not to reveal the truth. Ji-hyun quickly took the bag for testing, and sure enough, the blood on the bag was her younger sister's blood. Ji-hyun intended to announce this news to the reporter who always helped her investigate the case, but then she was stunned to realize that the reporter had always kept secret contact with Min Seok. Seeing Ji-hyun suddenly appear, both Min Seok and the reporter were extremely confused. But right after that, Chae-ah walked out and made Ji-hyun understand everything. It turns out that after the detention camp caught fire, the reporter who always helped her was lured by Chae-ah and even became a department director in Chae-ah's company. So Ji-hyun had no choice but to find Soo-ho, the only person she could trust right now, and tell him the truth. After all, Chae-ah is still his fiancée, so Ji-hyun did not want to hide it from him but directly denounced Chae-ah. After listening to Ji-hyun, Soo-ho was extremely surprised. At this point, he realized that Chae-ah had come to his house that night. But what makes him feel even more pressured is that Ji-hyun now no longer trusts the police and the media, but puts her trust in him. Then he went to find Chae-ah. Seeing the evidence before her eyes, Chae-ah had to admit the truth that she had gone to Soo-ho's house that night. Moreover, she also beat Ji-hyun's younger sister to the point of injury, but Chae-ah also said that as a fiancée, she couldn't keep calm when she saw a strange woman wearing scanty clothes in her fiancé's house. At that time, Chae-ah did not expect that she only beat that girl once, but indirectly killed that girl in the red dress. She always hid this truth because Soo-ho was also present in the house at that time. Could it be that she confessed and then gave his name? If so, she would immediately confess. Soo-ho said it was fine, so the two of them went to the police station. Coincidentally, the person who welcomed them was the police officer who was bribed by Min Seok to hide the truth. The police said that the autopsy results were already available. Although there was a wound on the head, the main cause of death was suffocation underwater. If you only declare verbally like that, it will be impossible to conduct a reinvestigation. So just because there was no evidence, the case was not established. Soo-ho is helpless and doesn't know what to do. Now he has no other way to help Ji-hyun, because in order to get more clues to help Ji-hyun, he decided to marry Chae-ah ahead of time. In front of many reporters' cameras, he knelt down on one knee and gave a proposal ring to the girl he didn't love. Chae-ah also knew that Soo-ho was just pretending, but she still accepted his proposal. That night, Soo-ho got drunk and went to Ji-hyun's door. He confessed all the pain that he had previously hidden in his heart. Halfway through speaking, Soo-ho's illness suddenly recurred. He fell to the ground suffering from excruciating pain. Looking at Soo-ho, who had a severe headache, Ji-hyun quickly ran through the rain to buy medicine. At this moment, a man wearing a hat sneaked into Ji-hyun's house. When Ji-hyun returned, she saw Soo-ho, who had restored his normal appearance and was waiting for her. Soo-ho threw the medicine bag on the ground and said he didn't need this. His actions made Ji-hyun very angry. She questioned Soo-ho that if he didn't need it, why did he come to find her and not Chae-ah? Then she turned around and was about to leave when Soo-ho said he missed her very much. Ji-hyun immediately stopped and saw Soo-ho's panicked expression. Hearing his unexpected confession, Ji-hyun felt unimaginable. Finally, she still turned around and left. After returning home, Ji-hyun suddenly discovered 2 memory cards on the bed. She opened it and inside was Soo-ho's confession when being interviewed by a reporter. At this time, she knew that the person in the room where her sister was murdered, which she had always been looking for, was Soo-ho. The poor girl has now fallen into madness. Just now, she heard the truth about her younger sister's death through her ex-lover Min Seok. Min Seok told Ji-hyun the whole truth. Soo-ho didn't want to get married, so he brought her younger sister home to intentionally personally anger Chaya. Then there was the story that Chaya beat her younger sister and even intentionally threw money into the swimming pool, causing her younger sister to die. Hearing Min-seok say that because wanted to repay her mother's debt, it was possible that her younger sister got involved in drugs. Ji-hyun's tears fell. She angrily scolded Min-seok for previously listening to evil and hiding the truth. Min-seok told Ji-hyun that even if he doesn't do it, someone else will. This society is a society of the rich. The poor have absolutely no right to demand justice. The truth is created by the powerful. The poor have no power. No matter how much injustice they suffer, no one cares. He hopes that after Ji-hyun knows the truth, she will stop resisting in vain. What Min-seok said completely shattered Ji-hyun's remaining hope. She herself also knew everything was true, as Min-seok said. Even if she protested, nothing would change. Even though she cried, no one came to comfort her. On the other side, Suho went to choose a wedding dress with Chaya, but was extremely worried. Because since the night he confessed his love to Ji-hyun, he has never seen her. When Chaya finished changing into her wedding dress and stepped out, she discovered that Suho was nowhere to be seen. It turned out that Ji-hyun's best friend called Suho to tell him that Ji-hyun left a note and left home. Suho looked everywhere Ji-hyun could go and finally found her in a bar. At this time, Ji-hyun changed into different clothes than before. She wears seductive, sexy clothes. She was so drunk that she couldn't walk. There is a saying that extreme pressure can knock a person down. Ji-hyun has changed. She said the feeling of spending money like water is really great. It's just a pity that the money she worked so hard for over the years was spent in just 4 short days. Of course, money is important, but it's not everything. There are also things that are much more important than it. Even if it's more important, you can use money to buy it. Even people's hearts can be bought with money. She also said that someone like Suho with a lot of money probably wouldn't understand because he would never be in a situation where he runs out of money. Now she has begun to dream of a life with money. She told Suho was born rich, so he should take her to experience life with money. Suho had guilt in his heart, so of course he couldn't refuse. First, she asked Suho for a very large house. To Suho, that money is nothing. Then she went to the restaurant where she used to work to eat premium steak and drink expensive red wine. She didn't forget to ask Suho to raise the restaurant staff's salary, which made Chaya feel extremely unhappy. She questioned Suho in the office. She asked him if besides atonement, he also had other feelings for Ji-hyun. Suho denied it, but Chaya felt that Suho cared more about Ji-hyun than her. After that, Ji-hyun went to the high-end store to throw away the watch she liked the most as a gift from her younger sister. She chose a watch worth a whole house. Of course, it's still Suho who pays, but as soon as she turned around, she considered the watch as trash. She gave it to the old woman collecting trash on the side of the road. Suho couldn't stand it anymore. He asked her how long she had to do this until it was over, but Ji-hyun coldly replied that until she died. One morning, Suho was woken up by the alarm clock next door. Seeing it ringing non-stop, calling but no one responded. Realizing something unusual, Suho skillfully unlocked Ji-hyun's door and quickly carried the unconscious Ji-hyun to the hospital. He completely did not pay attention to Chaya standing outside the door. To the hospital, Suho's body was tired and exhausted after taking care of Ji-hyun all day. But after waking up, Ji-hyun was not grateful. She even said she would pull out the IV to threaten Suho to leave her hospital room. Chaya also went to the hospital. Ji-hyun arrogantly said that Chaya was pitiful. Ji-hyun also proudly told Chaya that the real reason Suho wanted to marry you soon was because of me. Only then did Chaya realize that Suho proposed to her to help Ji-hyun. She was completely devastated and stood there, not knowing what to do now. No woman can stand that humiliation. The next day, Chaya told President Chan that she wanted to cancel the engagement. Suho knew it was all because of Ji-hyun's harassment, but he didn't know that this was just the beginning of her revenge. Didn't you say you would do everything for me? Suho said that it was just something he could do. Ji-hyun said, you should marry me. The tycoon's rebellious son was forced into marriage by an ordinary employee. Moreover, he couldn't find any reason to refuse. Then at Ji-hyun's request, the two of them lay on the same bed. Ji-hyun made him laugh, even though he didn't want to laugh. That photo was posted by Ji-hyun on her personal page. This made the public extremely surprised. Everyone thought it was because of this woman that Suho was canceled the engagement. Chairman Chan knew about this, so he immediately ordered Min-seok to investigate the true reason why Suho and Chaya broke off their engagement. As for Ji-hyun, she is now starting her revenge plan. First, she enticed Suho's brother and stepmother. Both mother and son happily agreed, because in their eyes, as long as Suho lost Chaya's support, he would absolutely not be a competitor for them for inheritance. Not long after, Ji-hyun and Suho held a private wedding ceremony, which made Suho's father extremely dissatisfied. But even if he protested, nothing could be changed. After the wedding ended, Ji-hyun and Suho returned to the place they called home. Even though they are together, their hearts cannot get close to each other. Soo-ho knows he doesn't have much time left, so he just wants to live peaceful days. But Ji-hyun did not have that intention. Just after getting married, she asked to sleep in 2 separate rooms. Soo-ho is not allowed in her room. Every day Soo-ho still prepares dinner very meticulously, but Ji-hyun doesn't even glance at him once. Soo-ho clearly knew Ji-hyun's purpose for marrying him. Seeing Ji-hyun enter the room, he had to embrace his own loneliness. Not long after, with the help of Soo-ho's stepmother and brother, Ji-hyun sat in the chair of General Director of Cheon Group's charity fund. From then on, she took advantage of her position as general manager to do good deeds everywhere. She shaped her image into an angel. Because she knows clearly that only when she has enough influence will others believe her words, even if what she says is just a lie. Under the coordination of Soo-ho to donate a large amount of money, the media competed to report on Ji-hyun's charity work story. After hearing this news, the president called Min-seo to his house and scolded. Although he favored this son, he valued the company's interests more. He must stop this daughter-in-law he doesn't like. So he called Min-seo to his place and then hinted that you should deal with Ji-hyun. The president also said a meaningful sentence that if Min-seo refused to act, someone would do it for him. After thinking, Min-seo pretended to agree with Chairman Cheon's orders. But someone like him who has done countless bad things cannot take action against Ji-hyun. Instead, he took out a large sum of money and asked Ji-hyun to leave this place. He also told her that if she didn't leave, she would be in danger. Of course, Ji-hyun will not listen to Min-seo. By this time, she was no longer afraid of anything. She publicly disclosed all the black documents of the Cheon Group that she had investigated during the past time. This action made Chairman Cheon extremely angry. He called and fired Min-seo for not working according to his requirements, then give Director Nam the task of handling Ji-hyun. Today, Soo-ho was discussing work with Chae in the office when suddenly his illness relapsed. He had a severe headache and collapsed to the floor. Chae also noticed Soo-ho's strangeness, but Soo-ho didn't tell her about his illness. Chae pretended to be Soo-ho's fiancé to go ask the doctor. At this time, she learned that Soo-ho was terminally ill and he did not have much time left. Moreover, this illness caused Soo-ho's eyesight to be reduced by half. If the illness continues, he will be completely blind. Chae remembers what Soo-ho once told her. Her tears. It turns out that when the two of them were still in love, Soo-ho once said that if he was still alive a year later, he would hold a wedding with Chae. At this moment, all her resentment towards Soo-ho suddenly disappeared. She only thinks about how to save the man she once loved. After many conversations and advice with Soo-ho, Soo-ho finally agreed to go abroad for treatment. Even if there is only 1% hope, he will still do his best to help Ji-hyun. But before leaving, he wanted to take the restaurant staff out together because he didn't want to leave any regrets. With everyone's help, he finally invited Ji-hyun to go with everyone. Soo-ho prepares a small gift for each employee. Then he personally put on the necklace he had prepared a long time ago for Ji-hyun. Finally, a smile appeared on his face. Before leaving, Ji-hyun asked Soo-ho if there was anything he wanted to say to her. She asked if he was unwell, but Soo-ho said he would tell her after returning home. Ji-hyun also rarely confides in Soo-ho. She expresses her gratitude for helping her investigate the case of her younger mother and sister. This is the first time the two of them sat together since getting married. But Ji-hyun still didn't say she forgives him. Afterwards, Ji-hyun walked alone in the woods when suddenly a man in black used a towel to cover her mouth. A moment later, Soo-ho ran to find Ji-hyun and only saw her phone drop there. Then he saw a shoe on the beach. He looked forward and saw the unconscious Ji-hyun floating on the ocean surface, now gradually sinking. Soo-ho ran there as fast as he could and tried to swim towards Ji-hyun. When he was about to come to her, suddenly his illness recurred. Seeing Ji-hyun right in front of his eyes, he couldn't continue moving forward and struggled in the sea for a long time. After that, his body gradually sank. The guilt and love arising from Soo-ho's shame for Ji-hyun forever sank into the bottomless ocean. He also fulfilled the wish he once wished for when he was alive. Ji-hyun was brought to shore by lifeguards. After waking up, she saw Soo-ho being treated nearby. Ji-hyun couldn't believe her eyes. When she got closer, she saw that Soo-ho had stopped breathing. Finally, her tears fell, but it was too late. Soo-ho has left them forever. Receiving the bad news, President Cheon hurriedly returned. He did not dare to believe that the son he loved the most was no longer in this world. He asked what happened, but Ji-hyun said it was all his fault. She knew that Chairman Cheon had ordered someone to assassinate her. Faced with Ji-hyun's questioning, Chairman Cheon still refused to admit that it was because he wanted to kill Ji-hyun that it led to Soo's death. On the contrary, he even blamed Ji-hyun. While the two were arguing fiercely, Chae was next to them and told them that Soo-ho was terminally ill. Hearing Chae's words, everyone fell silent. Now things have become like that. During the time of sadness, they didn't find out whose fault it was anymore. Soo-ho writes a will to everyone, including his father. Although the content is not long, it clearly writes the feelings from the bottom of his heart that he wants to reveal to everyone. After the funeral ended, Ji-hyun went to to the police station and told the police to investigate the truth of Suho's death. The police irresponsibly replied that perhaps because Suho had an incurable disease, so he temporarily thought about bad thing and gave up his life. Seeing that the police were still as indifferent as they were when investigating Ji-Hun's case, Ji-Hun got angry and